final time here at the Fair Farm RC Raceway in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Aaron Waldron here with Richard Lake, and I'm not sure, is the earth shaking or is it just me?
I'm pretty sure it was you. You think somebody who lives in the cold weather would go outside with a jacket, but hey, you gotta feel it, I guess.
It's only going to be like 5 minutes. I ought to be all right. Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, I guess when everyone else is in a sweatshirt and jacket, short sleeve shirt's not the best idea.
Probably not the best thing to do. So.
That was not great, Bob.
Yeah, no. Should have got a little insight on that one, but hey, you learned from the second time, so.
Yeah, right. I've never done this before, I promise.
We're new at this.
Well.
Any comments will be taken to heart, please.
Sure, yeah.
Send in some insight.
Yeah, if you've got some expert advice, for all those who have more experience out there, please let me know.
Exactly.
David Ronafalk. Whoa.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Laid it down.
And held it together at the end when he wasn't just out front.
Absolutely. Yeah, the only time it came into play was when time was expired and he clipped the tube.
Right.
Trying to play it safe, and Battier was right there.
Yeah. But he withstood attacks from Tessman, from Mayfield, and then from Battier at the end. Held it together, did what he needed to do.
Absolutely.
And he talked about it, comparing it to the Worlds back in 2016, when he was just able to get out front and kind of do his own thing.
Yep.
And this time, he never really got left alone.
Exactly. And the podium from tonight's race, same exact as it was at the Worlds.
Right, yeah. Ronafalk, Battier, Tessman.
Yep.
Robert Battier, I can't tell you how many times I've seen him at this race. And the Europeans, every time they tell us they come over here, we like running on these tracks. We know we need to get better at them.
Yep.
It's nothing like they ever see at home. The surface is different. The layout's different. The jumps are different. And the American drivers drive them differently.
Oh, yeah.
And so for Battier to come in here, hot race tires, pretty darn unproven. Yeah. MBX8, they ran it at Montpellier, but, it was obviously a new car for them. And so he comes out here. We had no idea what to expect. Second place is not what we expected.
Not what we expected at all. And his car, by large, looked to be the best out there.
Oh, yeah.
From just carrying corner speed to going through the rough and tough, his car was one of the best. The tires were phenomenal. Yep. They did what they needed to do. So, everybody out there take note. They're definitely a new contender on the market.
And from 8th on the grid, I think makes that even more impressive. I think Robert Battier sort of gets forgotten in this new generation of racers. I remember meeting Robert at the Worlds back in 2004. That guy's been around a long time.
Yeah.
And it has been 6 years since he was the world champion. So especially over here stateside, I think, we think about the European drivers. Obviously, we think of, Ronafalk and Bruno. But Robert Battier came to play this weekend.
Exactly. And the nice thing that it was nice to see with the European drivers is the attack that they had on the track. Usually, they're used to the nice flowing, carry the corner speed tracks, not the point and shoot, attack the jumps. And this year they came, with a different mindset, I think, to really attack what they needed to see.
And it almost seemed like they all played together because they had way more drivers in the main as usual.
Yep.
Ronafalk and Battier. I obviously don't think that Joao and Barufalo and Robert and David are all how do we figure this out? But something changed.
Yeah.
This year was
they were
different.
all clicking. They were all clicking. And the nice thing was, like you said, you saw so many Europeans up in the mix this weekend that it was anybody's ball game.
Yeah.
It truly was.
And so to have those two out front and then see Ty Tessman, when Tessman and Mayfield have won this race more than any other people since 2007, and Tessman and Mayfield were 3rd and 4th. Usually we see that 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, exactly. But, kudos to Ty. He kept his head down. He had a little bit of rough luck. Salvaged a 3rd out of it. And, he's got to be happy with the performance, even though, he didn't say he was happy with the performance. Anytime you get a top 3 at this event, everybody wants to win. Don't get me wrong. You definitely want to. But if you could do a top 3 at the Dirt Nitro Challenge, it's called the challenge for a reason.
Especially, I think, given what he had last year and even last night in the truck main.
Exactly.
Tessman says when they go to a race, they go to win.
Yep.
But I have a feeling he's going to be happier with this 3rd place than usual.
Absolutely.
And as we talked about, Ryan Mayfield in the 4th spot, a terrific finish for him. Joe Bornhorst grabbing a top 5.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, best finish for Joe at this race.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and again, watching the techno cars all weekend, they've been looking good. And again, that's another team that's new to the market. They're gelling. They're finding out the different setups, the different quirks with the car. They're always going to be testing and tuning it. They don't have as much track time as everybody else does. So for them to come out, put Bornhorst in the top 5, again, kudos to that team. They're working. They're doing the team thing. They're doing what they need to do.
By the way, Jellin races for X-Ray. Anyway, Renault Savoia finishing 6th. He was 12th on the grid. He did say before the race that he was going to win it, and maybe that was kind of a callback to Cole last night. I don't know. I don't know if Reno just absolutely thought his car was, phenomenal. But I mean, to go from 12th on the grid to 6th in this kind of field, he picked up, more spots. He picked up the same amount of spots as Batlle did.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrific run there for Savoia. Cavalieri, a multi-time former champion, finishing 7th from 7th on the grid. Obviously not his best.
Yeah.
Doing all right, though. Cole Ogden picking up another 5 spots. Did well in truck. Did well here in buggy. Tanner Stees picked up a couple of positions.
Yeah.
Tanner Stees, that's kind of one of those things where, he qualified 11th. He finished 9th. I don't think anyone leaves this race going like, man, Stees killed it. But, that's not easy.
when you're moving up in the Pro Buggy A finale, if you can advance even 1 spot on this track, you've done yourself a service.
Yeah.
To move up 2, even more of a service. If you can win, hey, hats off to you.
Yeah.
But, any spot that you get above where you qualify, it's a win in the book.
Jared Tebow, his first Nitro race without former team manager and mechanic Joe Pillars. Have no idea how much that contributed to it. Of course, in the main events, just not really able to do much once he got there.
Yeah. Yeah, he was he was there. He had a couple glimpses where he was looking in. But I think the consistency just wasn't right there like he wanted.
No, Spencer Rivkin finishing 11th, same thing. He qualified 10th. He finished 11th. He wasn't super happy with how he qualified in either class. He did get up on the podium in the truck category, but he's going to be super bummed about how he finished here.
Exactly. Yeah, and he always likes to think that buggy is definitely the foray. That's what he's used to driving. So I know he's not happy with how he did, but at the same token, he's going to take it as learning experience because that's the work ethic that Spencer has. He's going to learn from how the car was, how the track was, and apply it to his next time out.
And then in the 12th and 13th spots, we had 2nd and 3rd qualifier, Joao Figueiredo, Marco Barufalo. It sucks that we got to talk about this. It really, I think, smears mud on this whole race, that people are going to look at the fact that these 2 kids who've never raced at the Dirt Nitro Challenge before, qualified insanely well, had decent lap times, but the fact that they didn't finish in the top 5 means that they must have had gyros in the car. That's insane. That is, because that's putting the burden of proof on them.
Yeah.
They had to prove that they weren't cheating for anyone to think oh, maybe they just qualified well. And maybe the fact that they didn't win the main was because they hadn't run their cars on the track in 45 minutes and the track was way different because the dirt was way different.
Way different, exactly. Totally different track
nuts.
surface. Yeah.
It honestly makes me pretty mad that that's what we're going to take away from this.
Yeah.
Is someone who apologized for being, not his most mature at all. And frankly, delivered a pretty darn contrite response to it before anybody had to say anything. And these 2 young men who have done really darn well considering how, little they've been racing. I think they were Euros B drivers within just the last couple years. And you have world champions like Ronafalk and Batlle who've struggled at this race for a decade now.
Consistently.
But because these 2, you've never heard of these 2 drivers, they must have been cheating.
Yeah.
Just, that sucks.
Exactly.
Ryan Lutz getting another techno car in the main, bumped in with the last spot, finishing in the 14th position, ran the whole 45 minutes. He was 6 laps off at the end. So we know he had problems. Lutz is going to get one of these things someday.
Yeah. Yeah. He's always the bridesmaid.
Yeah. And Dakota Fend, we know Dakota struggled the whole weekend. Starting 14th there, finishing 15th. I have no idea. Obviously this Pico thing seemed like it kind of came together last minute.
Yeah.
And this isn't, Dakota's done really well in a lot of Nitro races. This really isn't one of them.
Yeah.
A predominantly electric racer, obviously has done very well, is a former 8-scale truck national champion in the Nitro class. So we know he can drive an 8-scale car, but he's got to figure this Nitro Challenge thing out sometime.
Exactly. Yeah, and you've got to have you have to have the equipment and the knowledge going into it to be consistent with it and, just safe with it. And if it's, like you said, it's a new gig to him, so, hopefully he gets it sorted out, and I think it'll be better for him. But, yeah, it was definitely one of those things where, he did what he needed to do. He got it in the A main, so kudos to Dakota. And again, he's going to take it as a learning experience, hopefully. See what the car did, see how the motor was, and make some changes from there.
And you got to think drivers, like David Ronafalk, Robert Battier, especially Ryan Mayfield and Ty Tessman, they've been coming to this race a lot longer than Dakota has.
Exactly. Yeah, they're the seasoned veterans.
Yeah. And so that's how it finished up here. An amazing, busy, long, super exciting 5 days of racing here at the Fear Farm RC Raceway for the 19th annual Dirt Nitro Challenge. One of the coolest legacies that's been built in this RC racing industry. I love it.
Bar none. Absolutely. Yeah, it's like I said, it's one of the bucket lists people want to put on their race list, and if you can do it and you can hang for the week.
Yeah, if you can
have some fun with that.
Yeah, if you can get through it, it's definitely something that every diehard RC junkie needs to experience at least one time.
Exactly. I would agree with you 100%. 100%.
So, special thank you to our camera crew this weekend. Of course, Bob Kendall takes all of our photos, runs a lot of camera. He shoots all my interviews. Ross Walters, Roman Gastelum, incredible on the moving cameras this week. Tyler Hooks, our intern, did a little bit of race announcing with me this week, wrote all of our interviews because I've had a bum hand the whole time, all of our stories online. Eric Jensen, our producer, playing the switchboard like a piano the whole time. Brandon Rohde, of course, putting this whole thing together. Richard Lake jumping in here today with me to get this last day underway. I'm Aaron Waldron. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you from the next one. Silver State coming up in April.
See you later.
This is the ProTech RC LS5. It's a 5-port long-stroke .21 nitro engine, perfect for buggies and great for truck. It features everything you'd expect, like an easy-to-tune, heat-resistant carburetor, turbo plug, large cooling head, and explosive power, all at a price point that blows away the competition. When you need unbelievable torque and gallon-after-gallon reliability, head on over to A Main Hobbies and pick up the ProTech LS5.
Hi, I'm Shane Kelly with Leadfinger RC. We're here at the 2018 Dirt Nitro Challenge, debuting the new LFR A2 Tactic body for the Tekno NB48.4. Body's been working awesome on this high grip, high speed layout, providing the perfect downforce to get around the track as fast as possible. You can check it out today at leadfingerrc.com.
Why do racers from around the world shop at amain.com Performance Sports and Hobbies? Because winners and world champions shop with the best. We have the hottest new racing kits on the market and the parts and accessories you need to make it to the A-Main. Your competitors already shop with us, shouldn't you? Find out why we're the world's #1 source for the gear you need to make it to the podium. Join the race. Log on to amain.com today. amain.com.
When it comes to true champions by design, Team Associated radio-controlled cars have everyone beat, hands down. With multiple national and world titles won over the decades, it's no wonder Team Associated RC vehicles are the highest performing cars and trucks on the track today. So get behind the wheel of your very own Team Associated radio-controlled car or truck and be part of the winning team. Will you be the next world champion?